Hello, folks. Two Sheds Gabby here. It is around 9:40 a.m. I've got a new box of pennies here that I'm going to start on. I actually bought these pennies, let's see here, May 21st of this year. They've just been sitting over there. I'm going to go through those. I have been getting 4 boxes a week. Can you believe that? I'm sorry some of y'all can't get them. I couldn't get them, and all of a sudden I could. We'll talk more about it. But I'm going to get started on these pennies and see if we find. My hopes are always 3 pounds of copper and 10 wheat pennies. If I can find that, I've had a very successful box. I'll get started right now. The last penny in the roll was a 2025, and of course I save all of those, being the last year of this poor old penny. I hope to find more of these. I guess if I'd have started at the other end, it would have been the first one in the row. In the second row, I come across 2025, number 2, Philadelphia. Almost always, all of my find are Philadelphia. Every now and then, I find a Denver or so. I got weird lighting going on, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out. I may close the blinds and just set up lights over my head so that I can see what I'm doing better. Because I really struggle sometimes, even though the light that comes in naturally is a better light, the angle of it through the blinds, it just messes with me almost every time I try to do it. So we'll see. 82. That's my first 82. My wife left this morning. If you don't know, I had a new grandson a couple weeks ago. And my wife was up there for a couple of days during the time of his birth. And she came home for a week. My daughter's husband was home for a week, helping out with things around the house and helping his wife and all that. But he went back to work this morning, so my wife is going up there to spend the week with her just to help out as she's, transitioning into being a mother and all the things that go with that and all the new things in life. Plus the fact, she just had a baby a couple weeks ago and she's not exactly ready to tear into lots of work. She needs to just rest and take care of that baby for the most part. And from the where my daughter and son-in-law go to church, they're taking care of a lot of meals for them, so that's pretty cool. Third row now in 2025, Philadelphia, number 3. Man, it'd be sweet to get a whole roll of them. I mean, that probably won't happen, but it'd be pretty cool if it did. I have several rolls put away. Oh, 2009, that looks pretty good. Yeah, that's a pretty nice one. I'll keep that one. Nice. Here's 2025 Philadelphia, number 4. And then it's the 4th row. So that's pretty neat. I know that some of y'all are amazed that I am getting pennies, and I am too. I mean, I was like you guys. I was cut off, I wasn't getting squat. And all of a sudden, it's like, I don't know what happened, but I had read a thing that said that the government told the Fed to start distributing them again and to make it happen. And I didn't see anything for a while, but then, a few months later, my bank says, we can get pennies again. I'm like, fantastic. I asked a couple of other banks that I deal with if they can. They said, nope. I don't know how hard they tried, but they can't, they said. But I have the one, and that's pretty exciting. I'm now in the 6th row, and here is 2025, number 5. So I didn't get one in the last row, but maybe I'll get a few rolls that has multiples in it with any luck. I broke away for a minute to list an item on my eBay. My son brought me another one of these industrial cardboard shredders for making packing material. And so I got it listed. I sold a few of these for him already. I think this is his last one. I'll be breaking away several times today, so this penny box will probably take me the better part of the day because I'm going to break away and do other things and get out and do a few things. And then just keep coming back to it. So far, not one of the rolls has gotten the 8.5 or 9 average copper I need to get the 3 pounds. So we may not get 3 pounds, but we'll see what we get. Goodness. There's some pretty messed up pennies, I tell you. A lot of them are. Seventh roll, and here is 2025, number 6, Philadelphia. I went over to my garden this morning. Man, with all the heat, we've really neglected it, and it has got weeds growing everywhere, but we're still getting vegetables, thankfully. My mom had gotten out early this morning and put a bunch of tomatoes in a basket, and she called me and asked me to bring them up to her. And they're weird shaped tomatoes this year. They got a lot of, I don't know, grooves in them because of the extreme heat and then the wet, and so they're just weird shaped. And she picked a couple of really big ones, but they're odd shaped. They're hard as can be to peel. But then oh, there we go. Now we're getting multiples. Cool. I believe that is number 7. Nice. She picked her some green tomatoes too. She's gonna fry her some green tomatoes today, and then she'll take a bunch of them and slice them the way she wants them, then put them in wax paper or some kind of paper and freeze them and just have them ready for another time. But while I was down there, I got me a bunch of jalapenos. I'll show you a picture. We only have 2 jalapeno plants, but we're getting quite a few jalapenos, and they're pretty warm too. Most of the jalapenos I bought at the grocery store are not very warm. I mean, they're not hot, that's for sure. But these guys are pretty hot. Now, when I was growing them in North Carolina, those were hot. These aren't that hot, but they got a good amount of heat to them, and they're good. I like them. Golly, I can't even read that because of my angle, I guess. I think it's a 78. I'm going to weigh it. Yep, it's copper, so I guess that was a 78. I think I'm going to hook up my other light when I come back. I'm going to get out of here and run an errand or two. And when I come back, I'm going to change the lighting around a bit. I can't read this one either. I think that one's zinc. Yeah. I am in the 9th roll, and here is 2025, number 8, all Philadelphia. I just got back from running a few errands, and I went and picked up the scissors that I dropped off a few weeks ago to have sharpened. Got those today, and they're looking good, and they feel good. I don't know what I did to them. I think something sticky had gotten spilt on them years and years ago, and it didn't. So at some point, I picked them up like, what has happened to these things? And I tried to take them apart and clean them and mess with them, and I put them back together, and they just didn't work at all. It was terrible. So they sat for the longest time, and finally just here a couple weeks ago, I said, I am just going to drop them off. We're going to be over in that area. And now it's nice to have them back again. Really nice, true left-handed scissors. Honestly, I'm not even sure what I'll use them for. I don't know if I'll just use them to cut my paper and stuff around here for my packaging, you know, getting labels on. They're really nice scissors, not really meant for paper. They're meant for fabric, but, you know, I don't know that I'll ever be cutting much fabric again like I did 40 years ago Well, looky there. 1950D. We have wheat penny number 1. This is the 9th roll, so if we get one every 10 rolls, we'll get 5 of them. Five is a far cry better than none, I tell you. Wheatie number 1, cool beans. I pulled in the drive and I looked over at the mailbox and the flag was still up. I'm like, what's going on here? It usually comes way earlier than this. And I thought oh yeah. Yesterday, Sunday, was my birthday. So of course the mail won't run today. That's right, it was a holiday. Out of the 9 rolls, 1 of them has had the 9 average I need. So it's kind of looking like we might not get 10 wheat pennies and we might not get 3 pounds of copper, but we'll get somewhere between 0 and that, and that's better than nothing. Number 9. Here we have 2025. Number 9. What's going on in his shoulder there? Anything funky? I'll have to take a closer look at that. Oh, row 11. Oh, looky there. 2025, number 10. Double digits. Right there. Cool beans. Will I get 50? I don't know. This is the 11th row. So I stopped. I was going to go to a few banks while I was out. I only went to one. Took some coins back. And I asked the lady behind the counter there, I said, do you happen to have any loose $half? Says I got $2 worth. And they were not silver or anything. But I kind of need them just the same. They're right there. And so when I do my $half every week, you know, most of the time now I put all the $half in a bag and you have to have exactly 500. So I keep a partial row, and this one's starting to get kind of low. I keep a partial row so that if I do find a few silvers, I'll just take them out of this row and keep my bag at 500. If I happen to find more than that, which is a problem I don't mind having, I'll just have to wait and fill the bag, you know, later. I'll have to keep track of how many I need and take the 500 in later. But this just helps me. Usually I don't get, but, you know, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, and I try to have several $half on hand for just such an emergency. That's just one of my little ways of doing things. Yeah, I thought I'd go to a few more, but I was on the way home. It's like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to. Oh, I burnt my green beans. Man, I put everything in it that I needed, including, you know, some chicken broth and onions and garlic powder and some bacon grease. And my wife said to cook them for like 45 minutes to an hour. And I had been doing this a little bit, and I watched a little TV while I ate some lunch. And I looked up, it's been an hour. So I jumped up and ran in there, and I could smell them burnt. So I pulled them off the stovetop real fast. I think they had just started burning because I let them sit there, and when I just got home just now, the house smells like burnt beans. But I went over to the pan and ate a few off the top, and they were good. They didn't get that burnt flavor, so they hadn't been burnt for very long on the bottom, thankfully. 12th row now in the first half of the box, and here is 2025, number 11. So, I mean, I could still do a whole row. It could happen. We'll just have to see. This week is my regular order. You know, I go every Thursday to pick up my order of coins. And for the last few weeks, I've been doing this, getting 2 boxes of halves, 1 box of quarters, 1 box of nickels. I was getting 2, but I'm a few boxes ahead, and I'm just going to wait. And I have 4 boxes of pennies. I'm getting 4 boxes every week, and I don't know how long I can financially keep that up. I do want to get ahead of these penny boxes as much as I can, because I know one day I'm going to go in there, and just like last year, they're going to say, we can't do it anymore, you know, because they don't make them anymore. So somewhere down the road here, and it may not be too long, they're going to say, we can't get them anymore. And I want to put out, I have, how many do I have now? Probably 70, close to 70. I had 40 something. I may not be up to 70 yet. I don't know. Maybe I'll get in there and try to count them. But I'd like to have 100 before I'm done, if that's at all possible. And then at some point after that, I will slowly start acquiring some nickels and putting some nickel boxes away and see what happens with the nickel market, you know. 2025, number 12, in the 13th row in the first half of this box. So, like I said, I'm hoping to get 100 boxes before I'm done. And, you know, right after the big freak out when the banks stopped, the Fed, whatever, stopped distributing coins, and everybody, almost everybody, was getting cut off, and it was really wild. And you could sell brand new boxes of pennies here, sealed, for over $100. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And but it's cooled off, you know. There's people like me and other people that are still getting some. So right now it's like $58. You can sell a box on eBay for $58, which is cool. You still make a profit, you know. But in my little opinion, after they finally cut me off again, and most people are getting cut off, then my guess is the boxes will go back up to the neighborhood of $100. So I can either use these 100 boxes for years, several years to come, to hunt pennies, hunt copper, hunt Wheaties, you know, or 82. That's only my second one in there. I actually weighed a couple of them. But, or if I need to make money, I could sell them, you know. I think it's a good investment. 14th row, guys, and here is wheat penny number 2, 1944, Philadelphia. 1 cent, United States of America, e pluribus unum. So many yucky looking pennies anymore. So I'm still totally put out by coinflation. I'm just, man, I used them all the time, and now seldom go over there. Just every now and then it's like, did they fix it yet? You can't look up your base metal values at all. It's pathetic. You know, you can't just open the app and see what the price of silver is. And it's just awful. If this is their improvement, I am not happy with it. I'm trying to be patient, hoping that maybe something's going to change and they'll actually do something good with it in the end. But I'm just totally unhappy with them. But I did sell something on eBay, so I'll go up in a little while and get that. In fact, I ought to go see if the mail has run, even though they probably didn't, because it was my birthday holiday. But I need to get that package done. This is what I sold on eBay today. It is called a relay coil by Alan Bradley. I sell quite a bit of Alan Bradley stuff. Sold it for 75 bucks. I'm gonna get it ready to ship out. I haven't even looked at the mail yet. I'll get it ready, then I'll go check the mail. If it hasn't come, I'll throw it out there real quick. I stuck it in a penny box with some packaging paper, and it's ready to go. 15th row now. Here's 2025. Number 13. Mail had not run. You know, I told you it's my holiday. So it'll go out tomorrow. What are you? Well, you can't hardly read those dates. So messed up. There you go, 2001. That's too close to sheds. Okay. Not quite as hot out there today, but man, it's just as humid. Well, my shed was a hot box, I tell you. If we ran a prison here, that's where we could put people when they get in trouble. This is my work table. My work area is like, oh, look, it's so nice, but it's a shambles. I think I am going to attempt to really redo it and just put stuff away, maybe even get rid of a few things. And yeah, I think later on I might just tear into that. Here is 2025 number 14. Yep. And this is the 18th roll. So I'm not getting one per roll, it looks like. But that's okay. Surely I'll get 30 anyway, you reckon? So I've got a friend who teaches Bible lessons, and he uses Facebook and YouTube. He calls this little thing the church pew. He sits in a pew up toward the front where he attends. Not during service. He goes over there during the week, and he does these little Bible lessons, and he gets into everything, man. Shoo, he does. He gets into everything. I'm going to put a link to him. He is in his probably late 30s, I guess. He's a funny fella. He's a super nice guy. And see what you think. Watch a segment or two. And he very much welcomes comments and questions. If he brings up something you've got a question about, by all means ask it. 2025 number 16. I like it when I get a couple of them in a row. There will come a time when lots of people go, man, I wish I had a bunch of those 2025s. Because that was the last year they made the penny, you know, in 2030. They're always talking about what price is going to be and what's what in 2030. In 2030, there'll be more people wishing they had 2025 pennies. 20th roll, and looky here, guys, I got a 2025D. I got my little 2025D container here. I'll put it in there in a bit. I like finding those. I eventually get a roll put away of those, but it takes a long time. I'll probably work on my Bible study a little bit, 82 tonight. Trying to get a lot of things done while my wife's away. Not to mention, I try to keep the house looking nice. And, you know, when she comes home, I want the dishes cleaned and the house looking halfway decent. I'm not pretending to be the best cleaner or anything, but I like her to walk in the door and not go, you know what I mean? So I try to do a little bit of my bit, a little bit of my bit. I tell you, I don't think I'm going to get 3 pounds of copper. 21st roll in the first half, and I get a 1981 Canadian penny. Cool. I do like finding the Canadian copper pennies. I just read that the Common Sense Act, you know, for rounding up or down pennies had just moved, I guess, to the Senate maybe on July 13th. I thought it had already been passed, but I guess what it was that I had read was back a few months ago at getting through Congress, but it looks like it just went through another level. It may be official now. Oh, I thought it already was. So the country can now legally, the retailers were concerned that if they tried to cut you short 2 cents, they'd get sued. So they're passing this national law giving them the right to round up or down. 22nd roll now in the first half, and wheat penny number 3, 1945 Philadelphia. Still in the first half, we got 3, so that's pretty cool. What do I call respectable? 7 or 8, I can say it's respectable. If I don't get my 10, maybe we'll get that. Sold another item on eBay. I already have it packaged up, but since the mail ain't running today, I'll put them out there in the morning. My brother, his wife is out of town. She went on some train vacation with her sister. I was hoping he'd come over tonight, but I think he has a son, not by his current wife, and they try to get together on Mondays, so I guess that's what they're doing. He said that if it turns out that his son had to work tonight, that he would give me a holler, but I haven't heard from him, and it's 4:30, so I reckon they'll be getting together tonight. So I'll be batching it, going solo, hanging out here, looking at pennies. I am now in the second row, in the second half of the box. And here is 2025. I do believe that's number 16. They've really slowed down on me. Big time. 59. Oh, I did mention that it was my birthday yesterday. If you all don't know, I turned 66 years old. A friend of mine wrote to me and said, "Are you old now?" I said, "I guess I'm old plus 1," implying that I got old last year. And man, I closed the heavy storm door in my finger, and man, does it hurt. Well, not now. It hurt when it happened. Shoo. 82. Third roll in the second half. And we get Weedy number 4, 1950 Philly. Very cool. I hope I get several more. So AI predicts that I will only be able to get new pennies, penny boxes like this, for a few weeks to a few months. What do you think about that? I know it's kind of a long period there, but it's not that long when you think about it. 2 months flies by, and here is wheat penny number 5, 1947 Denver. There on the other side of the piece of paper, in the middle of the other side, quoted in parentheses, read the following words: "Kid, we ain't got no pennies no more." We out of pennies, man. We're going to ask you to start bringing us pennies again. That's what they'll say. You're the penny man. You make things all right. This is the fourth roll in the second half. In 2025, number 17. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get a roll of them, that's for sure. Man, the mail came. It's almost 5 o'clock. It never comes that late. I didn't get my 2 packages out. They'll go out in the morning. But so much for my birthday being a holiday. Man, maybe that's why they were running late. Here is the 5th row in the second half. And I do believe that that is wheat penny number 5. $19.56, is that what that says? Yep. 5 of them now. Not too awful bad. Yeah, AI says that there's 2 weeks to 2 months left of boxes of pennies being available at banks. That they're going to run out of them then. Wow. You know, I don't know what AI knows. Something that they have that's been put on the net has led them to that conclusion. But 2 weeks, man, that would only be 8 more boxes for me. But if it goes 2 months, you know, that's in the neighborhood of 30-ish something. And I think if I can go 2 more months, I think that'll put me at 100 boxes or right there close to it. And that is what I'm hoping for. 100 boxes. That's a chunk of money. At $25 a pop. I need to mark this on my calendar so I can kind of keep up and see how close AI is. Second half, roll number 7, 2025, Philadelphia, number 18. 18. I'm definitely not going to get a whole roll, but man, I'd still like to squeeze out 30 of them. That might even be a challenge. So 5 o'clock came around. My brother works out of his home. He's a mainframe dude for a company. And he contacted me and said, my son, turns out, didn't have to work. I did have to work tonight. He goes, but I'm just not feeling it. I'm not going to get out tonight because I'll see you tomorrow. He comes over on Tuesdays for our dinner and our study and then just hanging out. I had already kind of figured he wasn't coming, but now it's official. Here is 2025, number 19. After this roll, I've still got 16 rolls. So I need 11 more and 16 rolls to get 30. I feel like that's doable. I might get my 30. And I got my 1D. That was fun. My today's copper box. I put my copper pennies. I'm not finished. I still got 15 more rolls. But I just put them over to a little plastic tub. I keep forgetting how much this silly thing weighs. So I thought, let's just do it right now. It's like 0.2. Okay, 1.1 ounces is what it weighs. Okay, now when we weigh our pennies, we'll remember 1.1 ounces. Basically 1 ounce, right? All right, guys, here is weenie number 7. Oh, it's an older one. 1934, Philadelphia. That's the oldest today for sure. Cool beans. This is the 12th row. in the second half. And we're at 7. So I don't remember if I said 7 or 8 is respectable, but we're getting there. One more and we'll definitely be respectable. 82. Oh. My oldest son, who lives up in Indiana, just wrote to me a bit ago after he got off work. He was in the mood for some after work salsa. He stopped by. 82. I guess he probably picked up his wife because I think they're working on one vehicle right now. And they're at a Mexican restaurant having some chips and salsa. Probably get a meal, but his comment was, I was in the mood for some after work salsa. I told him I like after work salsa, but I'm not going to do that today. I'll make a big breakfast for my brother tomorrow. Eggs and bacon and toast. I've got a fresh loaf of, well, just made recently, last few days, of sourdough. I'm looking forward to that. 13th row in the second half, and we penny number 9. Number 9? Number 9? Oh, look at that. 1918 Philadelphia. Wow, 106 years old this dude is. That's nice. Pretty cool. 106 years old. Over here, that's pretty neat. Over in England, they're like, oh, that's just yesterday's stuff. Throw it back. Oh, there is a Canadian that is not copper. 2004. I'll put it with my Canadian coins. Here just recently, I was in one of my bank branches, and the teller goes, "Oh, we're just a couple of weeks away from the free food truck." I'm like, "Oh man, I love it when those come around." It's one of the owners of this local bank chain. His part ownership, from what I understand, with this local Mexican food truck, and every fall or late summer, they take it to each branch and let the customers get free food. And so I'll go to 5 or 6 of them, man. Oh, it's so good. Here's a picture of one of the meals we got last year. Oh my goodness. It is so good. Those cojita fries are amazing. Oh, that was a 2023. Yeah, I'm looking forward to them. I'll tell my wife, I'll text her and tell her. She'll be excited to hear that. 14th row, and look at this, guys. Witty number 10. Man, 1946 Philadelphia. Well, they came on pretty good there. Very cool. I got my, I don't think I'll get 3 pounds of copper, but 82. That's pretty sweet getting my, oh, what's that? 2025, number 20. Hey, hey, hey. Very nifty. Yeah, you know, I had given up on the pennies pretty much after I was out searching, and they just, I couldn't. If I was getting some customer rolls, I'm not as keen on it. You know, I have gotten customer rolls that were all copper. Of course, that was sweet. But most of the time, I wasn't doing very good. I just didn't enjoy it as much. And I just figured, well, I've got this 40-ish boxes. I'll just do a box of pennies every month or two, and I'll make up, 2025, number 21. And, you know, I'll keep making videos and sharing with you guys and talking about it. We make our comments for the next couple of years. And then that'll be the end of it, you know. And lo and behold, man, they they started coming to me again. I don't know why. I mean, I was excited, very, very excited. But now I'm getting them and getting 4 boxes a week, and I'm doing a penny video every week or 2 at least. And I love going through pennies. 2025, number 22. Wow. This was the best roll in the box, I guess. As far as, you know, the 100-year-old penny was nice. $82. Oh, wow. 2025, number 23. Golly. Any more? So I figure I can do pennies for a pretty good long time now at this rate. People are liable to say, we can't get pennies. We don't care about penny videos anymore. I don't know what the future is going to bring. Hey, check this out. Man, I almost never find these. 1983 proof. Cool beans. This is the 15th roll. I got 10 rolls to go. And I found me a little proof penny. It is zinc. I weighed it. It's zinc, but still, that's fun. I hardly ever find those. Well, that's a fun little find, I tell you. I am going to take another break after this roll. I have 10 rolls to go. I'm going to go do a few other things and chill out for a few minutes, and then I'll come back up and hopefully finish up. I've already found 10 wheat pennies, and I found I'm at 23 of the 2025s, not to mention I've got a D. So I think it's going well. I don't think I'll get 3 pounds, but pretty good box. I'm pretty happy with it. Ooh. Gum, I guess. Yuck. What does that say? I'm gonna weigh that guy. That's zinc. Should have weighed it before I stuck my finger in it. I am back after chilling out for a few hours. Here's 2025, number 24. This is the 16th roll in the second half. Oh, there's another Canadian. Cool beans, 1967. Well, let's just drop it twice, why don't we? Nice. I was seeing what that was balancing on his nose. Can you believe we got 10 Wheaties? Right at the end of the next row, I get 25, number 25. I just came across another 2009 that I'm going to keep. Unless I've just missed one, this is the only 2 that I have found in the box, and both of them are cheaper. Usually I find a half dozen or so that are not in good shape, that are really worn, that I don't keep. But that's the only 2 that I've even seen, and I've kept both of them in this box. 2025, number 26. Very nice. I think we got 7 rolls to go. I feel like we got a good shot at the 30. I am going to get out. It's almost 9. I'm going to get out here in a minute when it gets a little bit darker. and see if I can video some fireflies. We're getting a lot of lightning bugs in our backyard and we read that our habitat is good. We've got piles of leaves. We don't use any pesticides. And oh, look at that. Number 27. I'm feeling real good about it now. And so we've been noticing that we've been getting more and more lightning bugs. So kind of cool. I hope we get more and more. 4 rows to go in the box, and there's a 2009. There's the third one, and I'm not going to keep this one. Is that a head? No. Now, if that had been a head over there, I'd have probably kept it, but it's just a smudge. It's getting dark enough that I just closed my blinds. When it gets to the point where the people can see in better than I can see out, it's time to close them. Which means here in just a minute, I'm gonna go out in the backyard, back porch, and see if any of the fireflies, lightning bugs are out yet. I grew up calling them lightning bugs, but a lot of people call them fireflies. They were lightning bugs in my house. Oh, there's another one. Well, that one's pretty good. I'll keep that one. It's in pretty good shape. How about that? 3 of them in this box I'm keeping. Just 4 rows to go, guys. We'll be done. Well, then I'll have to weigh the 82s and see how much copper we got. I think I'll have over 2 pounds. Here is 2025, number 28. Just 2 to go. I have 3 rows left after this. 82. I believe it says 80. Yep. It was copper. I found this show I was watching, something about a cop named Da Vinci. It's about 20 years old. I thought I'd give it a try, a series. I got through a couple episodes, like, you know what, I'm just not into it, so I turned it off. 82. There is 2025, number 29. 1 to go, and I've got 1 roll after this roll down to the wire. I stepped out back, and it's still not quite dark enough. It's dusk and all, but it's still, they need 82. Needs to be just a little bit darker before they come. And if they're out, I just didn't see them. I didn't pay attention. I've still got, I've got over 4,000 steps, so I've got a little bit of walking yet to do to get my 5,000 for the day. I've worked out with weights, and I've jumped on my little indoor trampoline. I was supposed to do it twice. I only did that one once, but I got another package ready, something I sold, so I'll get it out to the mailbox and walk around my driveway a bit. That should get me right close to my 5,000. I'll definitely you have till midnight, because then you start working on the next day, but I'll definitely get easy if I don't fall and break my ankle. One more row. Look at that, almost to the end of the row. I didn't think I was going to get it, but I did. 2025, number 30, Philadelphia. I got exactly 30. I got 10 wheat pennies. Pretty cool. I still got to get the garbage out yet. Our kitchen trash can is huge, and it's packed full. It's got a bunch of bottles where my son was drinking, and grandson was drinking ale-8s. It's going to be a heavy bag tonight. Well, that's it, guys. Let me weigh those 82s, and we'll see how much copper we got. Are you ready? Let's see what we got. 2 pounds, 7 ounces. That's about what I was expecting. Almost 2.5 pounds. We did get 10 Wheaties. We got a bunch of 2025s and a few other things. I even got a proof. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to pick up my coins in a few days. So if I don't get into a nickel box, we'll get into the $50 on Thursday. We'll see you next time around. Take care. They were all over the place last night. I'm only seeing 1 or 2 now. Bummer. I think I'll wait till it's a little bit darker. I wish that light wasn't on over there. There just ain't many out tonight. I don't know why. There was a bunch out last night. Huh. This is across the little road at the end of my driveway. There's a batch of trees and a bunch of down limbs over here. Well, they've got most of the limbs up now, but between this little spot and on the other side, that's my fence there. On the other side of that is my backyard. And there's a lot of them over there because it gets kept pretty dark over there. And so between there and here, there's usually quite a few out.